So, Mr. Sears, you're not yet on my list. So, I'm going to need your P number real quick. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shane Leroy Raymer. Leroy or Leroy?
Leroy.
Yep. Okay. I like Leroy. File number 23-21665FH. I have Brenda Underwood, P41009, appearing on behalf of the defendant. And I have Dan Gumto, but state your full name and your P number, please.
Your Honor, Nicholas Sears on behalf of people. Nicholas Andrew Sears. I am appearing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120, I believe, which is the observation waiting for my bar results.
Okay, very good. All right, you had your hand up?
Yes, I fired her due to misrepresentation.
When did you fire her?
Over 2 weeks ago.
Was that in front of me?
No, that was in her office but the reason I fired her.
Well, do you have another attorney?
I will represent myself.
You're gonna represent yourself.
Yes.
You know, there's a very famous quote about representing yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That, you know, do you have a law degree?
I don't need a law.
Do you have a college degree?
I don't need a law degree.
Did you graduate from high school?
I don't need that either.
You don't need that to represent yourself? Okay. Do you have access to, okay. So.
I have evidence that shows that the description did not match. And
well, I'm not going to get into that yet. So you're asking me today to remove Miss Underwood as your attorney.
Yes,
and you want to represent yourself.
If I
do you understand that even when I have court cases, I hire an attorney to represent me?
Well, I can't trust anybody in this system in this area because they all seem to be working together. This case should have been resolved a long time ago during the appeal the first time. She should have objected when the claim was made that I matched that description 100%.
Okay, so Mr. Raymer, part of what you're saying shows to me that you don't quite understand how the court procedures work, okay? So your attorney has an obligation to ethically represent you. And so before I would have clients come to me and say, I want you to file this and I want you to file that. And I would say, there's no basis for that. And I don't file frivolous motions, or I would say to them, they have probable cause or whatever. So if you want to represent yourself, you can do that at your own risk. You have the right to represent yourself. But what I will tell you is that Miss Underwood is the bane of most prosecutors' existence because she's a little pit bull and she doesn't put up with a lot of guff from them, and she's a tough defense attorney. So you may not like what she says, but I feel like she's always honest. So that being said, if you want to proceed and represent yourself, you can. But you understand you're going to have to file written motions. You're going to have to follow the court rules.
This is the trial, right?
No, it's a pre-trial.
How is this not the trial? I was told this is going to be the trial. I'm supposed to be sitting here with a jury today.
No, you're not.
Yes,
you're Mr. Raymer. I schedule jury trials and I haven't scheduled you a jury trial yet. Oh, wait. You're the one that didn't show for the pre-trial. That's why. Is that why?
Your Honor, if I could speak for a second. I think the first thing we need to do.
I'm sorry.
The bench warrant.
Yes. So, Mr. Raymer, you failed. Yeah, he failed to appear for the pretrial conference.
That's correct.
All right. So everybody stop talking for a minute. So, Ms. Underwood, thank you for reminding me of that. Mr. Raymer, you had a final pretrial conference on December 11th, and we gave you a notice of hearing, and you failed to appear for that pretrial. And because you failed to appear for that pretrial, I canceled the jury trial because it cost me a lot of money to have a jury here. And so if you're not here for the final pretrial, I'm not going to trial until I get you here. So I actually issued a bench warrant for your arrest for failure to appear for the pretrial. Do you understand that? So Ms. Underwood's now asking for me to set aside that bench warrant. Is that what you said?
Thank you, Your Honor. He did demonstrate to the court that he can show up by showing up this morning.
Okay. So Mr. Raymer, so Ms. Underwood's asking me for me to set aside the bench warrant for your failure to appear on December 11th. Do you understand that? Speak.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Mr. Sears, any objection to me setting aside the bench warrant since he has it today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Raymer, I will quash that bench warrant, and I'm sorry, I didn't look back to see that this was the original trial date. So that's my procedure. If people don't show up for a pretrial, I set the jury trial as the pretrial, okay? Do you understand that? So that's why
Yes or
there's no
no?
jury.
Yes or no?
I did answer that.
So we're recording, so we have to hear you, so you have to speak up really loud, okay?
I said yes, ma'am.
Louder.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Raymer, all right. So Miss Underwood and Mr. Sears, this is a date and time set for pretrial. Mr. Raymer, I have your attorneys did file all the paperwork. Miss Underwood, do you want to speak to Mr. Raymer for a moment?
Your Honor, I'm not sure that would do any good.
Okay. So
If Mr. Raymer would like to speak to me, I'm more than happy to speak to Mr. Raymer at this point.
So I'm gonna quash the bench warrant. Mr. Raymer, if you want to sit down and talk with Miss Underwood and see if you can meet a common ground, I would highly recommend that. You know, if you want to take 5 minutes or 10 minutes and talk to her, you can do that.
She's not been representing me appropriately.
All right, so do you understand you don't get another public defender?
Well, I fired her and I talked to this man. Are you Mr. Glacier?
No, that's Mr. Glazer.
Who was it that was in the office with us?
That was
That
me.
was Mr. Malero.
Okay, Mr. Malero and her, why was he in the office when?
'Cause he's-
In the,
All right, so Mr. Raymer, if you are firing Miss Underwood, or I can grant that, but I don't have the ability to appoint another public defender to represent you.
no,
They are a
I-
separate entity.
If I can't get somebody to represent me that's doing the job appropriately, then I will represent myself. Because I can prove that I was not that person that they're claiming.
That's what a jury trial's for.
Yeah, and when it comes to the jury trial, then I will take care of it there. But I don't need somebody that's not gonna represent me appropriately.
Okay, well, I really doubt that she isn't appropriately representing you, but, so Mr. Glazier and Mr. Malaro, he's asking for me to, he's asking to fire Miss Underwood, so,
If I may, Your Honor.
yes?
Your Honor, I vetted Mr. Raymer's claims about Ms. Underwood's representation. My understanding, she conducted a preliminary examination. She also filed a motion to dismiss, I believe, that was heard and ruled on by this court. I've not determined that she's done anything that did not require, or that was not required of her. And so I denied Mr. Raymer's request to appoint a new attorney. For one of the reasons was that a trial date was imminent and it would be almost impossible for any attorney to get up to speed. Ms. Underwood is clearly ready to go to trial in this case. I think, as the court, I think, is aware, Mr. Raymer just doesn't like what he hears. So that is the reason I denied his request to have another attorney appointed in this manner, because Ms. Underwood's doing everything she can do on his behalf.
So, Mr. Raymer, I guess I would ask, she held a preliminary exam, which is what you do to dispute the charges, and the judge ruled, whoever heard this, that there was probable cause and bound you over, right? Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
and then she filed a motion to dismiss, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I denied that.
Yeah, because you was.
What else is she supposed to do?
You was given false information. All she had to do is object and let it be known that I did not match the description of the person.
That's for a jury to decide.
No, that's for the.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you were trying to explain the law to me. So if you do not want her as your attorney, I will remove her
Yes, I
as your
do not
attorney.
want her as my attorney.
All right, so Ms. Underwood, you are relieved of your duties. So Mr. Raymer, you can either hire an attorney or proceed as you are. So I will get another jury trial date. Mr. Raymer, you will need to file with the court jury instructions and voir dire questions. And those are gonna need to be filed by a certain date.
And how do I go about doing that?
I can't tell you because I can't give legal advice. That's why you had an attorney. So you're gonna have to figure that out on your own.
Okay, well.
I can't give you legal advice as a judge.
That's all right,
That's what Miss Underwood was for.
but she wasn't doing her job.
She did do her job.
No, she
But-
failed,
I'm not gonna argue with Mr. Raymer. So, Miss Adams, I'm looking for a trial date.
Judge, you want me to find the first available?
He's not in custody. It's a one-day trial, so sure, but he's not in custody, so.
First available is April 22nd at 9 a.m.
Does that work for you, Mr. Sears?
Your Honor, that does work for the people.
All right, does that work for you? Okay, so I'm gonna set trial for April 22nd of 2025 at 9 a.m. And I'm gonna set a final pre-trial for Miss Adams. Do I have April 9 available?
Yes, Judge.
So a final pre-trial for April 9 at 8:30 a.m. So was there a plea offer made in this file, Mr. Sears?
Your Honor, yes, there was. Would you like me to place what the offer was?
I always do, yes. I keep that in my file. Thank you.
The-
You're on. You're not on this file anymore. Thank you.
Just 1 second while my computer, it is slow, Your Honor. It looks like the final plea offer provided from my office was 2 counts of an attempted RMO.
All right, so Mr. Raymer, do you understand the plea offer was to plead to 2 misdemeanors?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so those are 1-year misdemeanors, so it'd be 2 1-year misdemeanors in lieu of the 5-year felony, because you have, well, 4-year felony, police officer assaulting and resisting causing injury, and you have 2 2-year felonies for police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, and 1 misdemeanor for disorderly person. Are there any body cams? Were those provided to Mr. Raymer?
Yes, I believe a discovery was sent to obviously the public defenders.
Okay.
If you would, obviously you would need any additional body cams or discovery, we would ask that Mr. Raymer come to the prosecutor's office and receive any discovery that he would want in person. Call ahead and they can get it.
Okay. So I'm gonna set the final motion deadline for 4/9 of 25. And then motion in limine for the same day as well. Jury instructions and voir dire questions will be due by April 2nd of 25. And so those must be filed with, you must provide a copy to the prosecutor's office of your voir dire questions and jury instructions, and a copy to the court on the 3rd floor of the clerk's office.
And that can be wrote out on a blank piece of paper?
No, they must be provided in full and filled out.
Okay, where would I go to get those forms?
There, you can do research on the computer.
All right,
I mean,
that's fine.
this is why, Mr. Raymer, when you're dealing with a felony and you're facing trial,
Yeah.
it's important to have an attorney. And it
Yeah,
doesn't
one
sound,
that's doing their job, yes, I understand that.
well, you haven't presented anything to me that says she hasn't done what she's supposed to do so far. So, Mr. Raymer, you know, there's no legal services available for indigent defendants other than the public defender's office. And, you know, you could hire an attorney, but these things are required. If you don't file them, then you don't get to add them the day of trial. Do you understand that?
What's that, the evidence? I don't get to add any evidence during the day of trial?
Well, you must submit it as exhibits and witness lists. Have you got to exchange those with the?
All the body cam would be considered already submitted, correct?
So you have to provide witness lists and a list of exhibits to the prosecutor's office, to my office, and then you must provide copies of that to them.
And where do I find your office at?
3rd floor clerk's office.
Okay.
Okay, but then you have to provide a copy to the prosecutor too.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
probably head over there for you.
But by law, Mr. Raymer, I can't give legal advice because I'm a judge.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So, Ms. Adams, could I please get a copy of this from Mr. Raymer? And I'm gonna put little asterisks. Do you want Mr. Raymer's file? Are you sure you do not want to proceed with counsel?
I would prefer to have counsel, but I don't want her representing me.
Okay, well, that's your choice, but your other option is to hire someone. Thank you. All right, have